The whiteboard's functionality within Zoom is really helpful for a teacher to create their whiteboard ahead of class. It also allows you to have an interactive board with your students that's rather inexpensive since it's an additional functionality of Zoom. I've already started a meeting. So that's one of the options that you could utilize. You could create a meeting ahead of time with just you in it. You could share screen and then click whiteboard instead of screen since you're going to be using the whiteboard functionality. Then you click share. The whiteboard allows you to free draw, utilize a text box if you want it a bit more neatly, to type in mathematics, the date, October 16, and kind of simulate the heading up of a board. You could change the color of the text within the text box. You could choose red. You can even move it by clicking select, and that allows you to move your text box across the screen. If you want different colors for your text box, you could just create a new text box and then have the text within that text box be whatever color you desire. If you made a mistake, you'd use the eraser to kind of erase what you wrote. And if you didn't mean to erase that, that's fine. You can always undo. And if you didn't mean to undo, you could just redo whatever erasing you did. You can also use Spotlight. That allows you to kind of point to the text that's on the board. You can also do Stamp. Stamps, I think, are really useful if you've written a sentence correctly and you want to say, that's how I want my sentence to be written. That's how I expect you to write your sentences. Or if it's an incorrect way of writing a sentence, you use the X. You say no. Or you could put a question mark. Whatever stamp you need, it's available. These 6 are available right here. If you don't like the thickness of the lines, you could always change that right here. I believe you can also change the thickness of the text within the box by going to Format and then clicking Line Width. You could also change the font size. You could bold your text. You could go to italics. If you want to create a new slide, you would click this at the bottom of the screen. If you want to save your slides, if you think this will be useful information that the students can look at after class is completed, you click Save, and that will save to a folder on your computer named Zoom. That's a folder that will be automatically created once you press the Save button. You can go in afterwards and rename that folder. So I said before that the Zoom board is interactive, and that's because it allows you, well, allows your students to also write on the board. That's an awesome functionality, but sometimes students can go off and do their own thing. So if you want to stop that from happening, you just swipe up to the top of your screen, you click More, and you click Disable Participant Annotations. Once you click that, the students won't be able to write on your whiteboard anymore. And you can also click Show Name of Annotators. That helps if you want to know which student wrote on the board. You can also click, when you're clearing, if you want to clear the entire board, you could click Clear All My Drawings and everything will go. Or you could click Clear Just the Viewer's Drawings. So if you invite a student up to the whiteboard, figuratively, and they wrote, but you want another student to get a try, you could just simply clear that viewer's writing. And your sentence will stay, but their writing will go away. Or you could even just clear all your drawings, which in this case, it'll be all the drawings since I'm the only one in this meeting. Once you're finished creating your whiteboard, however many pieces or slides you want, then you could go to the top and then you could click Participants, and then you could invite all your class. When they click the link to go into your Zoom meeting, they will be automatically taken to this whiteboard. They won't go to the normal Zoom section where they'll see everybody who's in the classroom. They will just simply see the whiteboard. It will fill their screen as it's filling my screen currently. If you want to close off of the whiteboard, you could just simply press X. And then that will take you back to the general Zoom screen. And you could do that again. You could click Share Screen, and then you could go back to the whiteboard. It will take you to a new whiteboard, while your other whiteboard, if you decided to save it, will be saved in your folders. Do bear in mind that Zoom saves the whiteboard as photos and not as PowerPoint slides. So it will you won't be able to edit your whiteboard after the fact. That is a functionality that you do have if you decide to use Google Meets. Google Meets saves your whiteboard as a Jamboard inside of Google Drives, and you can continuously reuse that whiteboard. I don't believe that Zoom has that functionality, but I can definitely look that up for you. Okay, I hope that really helps.